Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. Welcome to the Rec Room. We're back in action for Throwdown Thursday on a Friday's Eve, of course. So we're almost made it to the weekend. So, a little bit unscripted tonight. I've got no notes, and it's typically Zombie Thursday. So it's been a little unusual today. Just kind of got some normal stuff. Yesterday was like the gauntlet of the number of things I had to get done. So a little cognitive dissonance going on, I guess, with going from a lot yesterday to not as much today, at least from an intensity standpoint. But I'll cover what little I got here in a bit. If you are new to the Rec Room, this is the coolest corner of the internet where you get the rundown on what's going on here with Enforcer Media Productions, whether that be the project updates or creative insights, and you also get the breakdown on what makes our favorite franchises tick in the form of commentary or the long-running video game deep dives, and you get a front row seat to building up a franchise from scratch without industry support. So glad to have everybody across whichever platform of your choice, because that could be Odyssey, Pilled, YouTube, or Twitch. Feel free to lurk or chat at your convenience. I'll do my best to keep up with everything, barring technical issues, because it does happen. I don't intentionally ignore anybody, but uh, names will not be mentioned this time, but there is one that seems to have a little bit on the technical issues. So, other than that, try to keep up with everything. So, I really don't have much for numbers tonight. So, I guess one way or another, that's kind of like one less thing I have to report on. But at the same time, just means, hey, at least nobody's bailing on us just yet. So, I guess let's talk about Enforced Media stuff. So, I can say that I got two chapters done in 2 days, but that might sound a little bit overzealous as much as it's still normal. It just happens to be that the chapters were the same as the average length I'm working on editing on a daily basis. But I think as of tomorrow, we'll only have 300 pages left to get through the first draft of Book 2 on the Firewall Protocol saga. So progress is good, and it took me a while today, given how much content I wanted to get ordered. But I got prints ordered today, so those will hopefully arrive sometime. Actually, if not next week, it'll probably be the following week because of the holiday. But they should be here in time for our next show, which I believe the next one is going to be the Farmers Market in Clinton Township. I think that is the 13th. But I did get our Linktree account updated. That's usually the best way to keep track of the dates and stuff, barring when I'm not dragging feet on that kind of stuff. And we will have at least, as of right now, 3 shows in September. We'll still have the St. Clair or the Dawn of the Collector toy and comic show coming up. And also at the end of the month, there will be another Fraser Vendor Market one. That one has gone pretty well most of the time. And it'll be weather getting a little cooler, so I don't know if that will draw more of the art and the fall style crowd, or if it'll draw less because people aren't going to be out doing as much outdoor stuff. I don't know. Here, our falls can get kind of cool, but of course, you got holiday things and other things that draw people out, especially things like orchards and all kinds of stuff like that. So, this is my first year still, so we'll see how the seasonal stuff affects things. But still looking forward to having a few on the books and looking forward to getting some new products out there. And just going to keep plugging away on all the usual things. And also, there is updates for our Patreon members. So if you're not yet a member, you can become one for free. Or if you want to chip in and help out, it would be greatly appreciated because I have no idea what's going to happen in a few months from now once book 2 is finished. So I think given the slow rate of progression, well, actually, I'm not even going to speculate. You know what? Because just got to stay focused on what needs to get done. But either way, you get some goodies, you get some extra inside stuff if you feel like helping out. So support in any form is greatly appreciated. So that's pretty much it for project updates. And it kind of Labor Day weekend snuck up on me, so I don't know what that's going to affect. I'll probably do a little less streaming this week. Now, I may still finish Bright Memory because I'm understanding is a very short game. I'll talk about that more once I get back to it. But so I might do that on the weekend. But Delivered All Costs being on a holiday, I may not do that. So the only other possibility is maybe still inserting some Ninja Gaiden Ragebound maybe tomorrow, but I don't know for sure. Kind of depends on what the motivation level is like. As far as pop culture, not a whole lot, I'm not here to complain what everybody else is doing all the time, so I can't find too much of note, and I didn't see much of news game-wise. I know Tokyo Game Show's coming up, and I think Gamescom has come and went, and we've pretty much talked about anything that I could find of interest, which wasn't a whole lot. You know, still kind of on the fence. Have not pulled the trigger on Gears of War yet. Already got enough other things inbound, so it's not really a high priority. And we got plenty to do here with existing things. Still waiting on physical edition of Tomb Raider Remastered 4 through 6 and Metal Slug Tactics. The physical edition of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound won't matter quite so much since we've started that in the digital form. And yeah, we'll have plenty to pick from. Hey, we can all start up seasons 2 and 3 of other things, so we got plenty to do. Always focused on the games that are higher quality rather than quantity and rather than the perpetual online shenanigans. So yeah, here we go. We are trying to get our way through Tomb Raider 3 here. We're on episode 33 since we started at the very beginning, and I called it Who Breaks First. So I think the gripes will erupt in this section here, so I could not complete the level last time because the boss is absolutely ridiculous, and I have had to do some research. I've had to watch some videos to figure out what's going on here, but even though I know the technique I have seen somebody employ, does not mean I will necessarily be able to execute it correctly. So we're dealing with a boss that does one-hit kills on a clunky system and gives you do get the cue of when it's happening, but because the controls are so clunky, it doesn't even matter that you can recover. So I don't know if the video I watched of the technique involved was somebody on the tank controls or the modern controls, but either way, it is absolutely absurd, the mechanism required. So I'm going to have to do... Oh, we had a disconnect tonight. What's going on here? We have not had a disconnect in a very long time. Nothing else went down. Let's hope that's a one-off. Otherwise, that's going to be a short stream. Let's make sure this didn't restart. Okay, so I don't know. Usually it cuts out several minutes before I realize it. So just to recap, in case this got cut out, we're on episode 33, which said Who Breaks First, and this is going to be a boss fight. So maybe it cut out because I was starting to complain already a little too early. But the plan here is try to figure out how to take out the boss, even though I've looked up some stuff on it, and I guess I might as well jump into it, because otherwise, if this is a short stream, it is going to be a short stream. And I don't know what's going to happen with which video file I got to use. If Twitch didn't cut out, at least I got a solid one, but I hate it when it only ends up being YouTube, because YouTube has always left us with lesser quality. So let's just go ahead and get this going. We'll see if I can figure out how to beat the boss. If not, it'd be a good night. Well, I've also considered that I could jump into the DLC for Tomb Raider 2, which we have not done yet. So bear with me here. First couple things are going to be a little test on controls here. Okay, so this may not be too bad, so I'm just going to have to keep doing this all day. But I did not think this could be done, but apparently it can be done with the MP5. Maybe not. Oh, it can. Okay. So I can be lined up correctly here. Wait a minute. No, it's not working as easily. I mean, the person I watched play did it with the MP5. So you gotta fire in the air, though, but she does fire. But it's not... It's far more awkward than with the pistols, so... I mean, it seems to work with the Desert Eagle, but I don't have a ton of rounds here. And as soon as I look the other direction... I really gotta press both of those at the right time, otherwise it does not work at all. Alright, this could go horribly wrong really quick, and we'll find out. See, one of the things I was about to say is, like, after playing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is based on a franchise, which is known for being difficult, that game still does a small amount of hand-holding to get you the techniques, but the boss fights are completely doable, even though they may take half hour, 45 minutes. This stuff is just ridiculous that you've really only got one mechanism, and you've got, you know, it's like so reflex heavy to make it happen. Okay, so then I'm going to have to switch to this. Now, he does not shoot while... I've only got 6 rounds left. Alright, now I'm hoping I can get this executed before... Oh, wow, got it. First try, technically, after doing the jumping thing. That is stupid. So, I spent a lot of time in the last episode trying to figure out what to do there, and I'm poisoned also. That thing must have got me. I probably shouldn't have wasted that, but that's okay. I don't feel like reloading and doing that all over again. So, just to have to jump around the whole time being the... And I just screwed it up. Well, I guess I'm doing it again anyway. Would you like an encore? Wow, that was amazing. Now watch me have to do it a zillion times. See? Here we go. I get it right, the perfect run, and then I biff it. Oh, now it's going to take more tries. Beginner's luck. Oh, and I guess we're done. This disconnect thing's happened too much here. Alright, I'm scrubbing this episode. Man. Stand by.